Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back if you've been here before. I am continuing with the part 2 of the mini book for Disneyland, and last time we looked at a page that's like this that flips open to add extra photos, and this one allows you to add in some extra photos because it's got this flap on top. And today I'm going to show you what I do for the dividers. So the Simple Stories kits, if you don't know, come with these dividers. They look like this, and they are really thick. I don't know if you can see that. They're quite thick, and they're really great to cover, and you could probably do all kinds of mixed media stuff on this too because they're quite sturdy. So we're going to cover one of those together. I've already done two, and then what I did was I worked on the inside. So I usually do those and then the front cover, back cover, and inside at the same time. So I just made like a little pocket, and I'll probably cover that up. And I did the back already. So whenever I do the front and back, even if I don't do it right away, I like to plan what I'm going to do right away so I don't use up all of the bigger papers, because the covers tend to be quite a bit larger than what's inside and you need bigger pieces. So kind of keep the pages that I would like to see on the front back cover. This is a sticker from one of the sticker sheets, and this was another just little strip that I used to kind of hide the seam. So I'm going to do the front cover with you today, and we are going to work on one of these dividers. So that's what we're going to work on. All right, here we go. Okay, so let's start with this. So these are the ones I've done. So we went to a few different things in the same trip, a few different theme parks. So we did California Adventure, we did Disneyland, and then we also, so that's a little pocket I made for the back of the California Adventure. I like to put the maps, so I usually grab a map, just with like a current map of what it was like when we went there, and I stick that in there just for reference. You could also leave this blank and put a photo. I did that with another album I've made before. And then I will probably just either print this on some clear printer label and stick it on, or I'll just handwrite California Adventure there. And I actually cut this piece out using my Cricut. I have a very old Cricut, like old as in uses the cartridges still, doesn't even have a digital component. So I had a Mickey and Friends cartridge, and so I used that and just layered it up. So I had something to put the title on, and these are a die cut set that I have from, I think what is it? Oh, Bo Bunny. And it's a really good one because it has like, you can do this or you can do the outline or the normal. So whenever you cut it, you get the outline and the inside. I really love the size of the inside, and the outline's a cool feature if you want to do like different colors of cardstock together and that. Okay, and so that's what I did for the California Adventure. And for this one, and I'm looking at these, I think I'm gonna have to go back and glue these down. I used stickers, and I don't often use stickers. I get kind of frustrated that, you don't have enough letters for all the words and they don't stick as well. So I can see already that I'm gonna have to go back and glue those bits down. But I really loved the font of these. So I used that to make Huntington Beach, because we went to Huntington Beach at the end of our trip for a couple of days. And so I just wanted to do a cover for that. And the one we're going to work on is Universal Studios. So this was made by a company called Petticoat Parlor, and when I went to the Stamp and Scrapbook Expo, they had a stand there, and I bought a few of their pieces, and basically they're Cricut pieces that have been put together, And I thought this was really nicely done for Universal. I find that I can find quite a bit for Disney, but not a ton for Universal. And often what I realized, and I didn't at the time, was things look like Disney, but they don't say actually Disneyland or California Adventure. I guess because of like rights and things like that with paper companies. So what I would probably do next time is purchase, you know, the Disneyland ones as well. But I didn't know that at the time. So I got this Universal Studios one. And since most of the time when we were in Universal was spent in the Hogsmeade, Hogwarts area, I wanted to use this paper. This is from Echo Park. It's the Witches and Wizards. And I think I'm going to use this paper with this, so these two. So I think one side I'll have one and one side I'll have the other, and then I'll do like a little layer on in between. So that's kind of my plan for that. And then this on top in the middle. And I'll probably do a pocket as well, like I did on the other one, because I have a little map from Universal to put in there as well. Okay, so I'm going to get started. First thing, I need to measure this. So obviously you can use a ruler, but I have my board out, so I'm just gonna measure this. It's 6 3/4 by 8 3/8. So 6 3/4 by 8 3/8. So probably 6 1/2 by 8 1/4 would do the trick. So I'm gonna start with this. Has to be, and I have to be careful because both of these pages are directional. So I have to make sure that I'm cutting correctly. I have to think about it. Sometimes I just don't even think and cut, and then I run into some trouble. So let's see. Yeah, 6 1/2. So I'll cut at 6 1/2. And the thing is too, if I mess it up, I can't use this paper. But actually, now that I think about it, I probably didn't need to cut. I should just cut it into 6. Didn't think about that because I'm going to be overlapping it. Oh well. And then this is going to be 8 1/4. I'm actually just going to trim it down to 8. See, that'll leave me 4 at the end, but 4 1/4 would be better. So I think I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller. And then this way I can actually use this either for the pocket or to mat a photo at another time. Okay, so I'm gonna use that for one side. Oh, and I wasn't thinking because, yeah, so this is gonna be one side, and I'm going to put the pocket here along the bottom. That's what I'll do. I'll do like a bigger pocket piece here on the bottom, and then on this side I'll do a narrower piece and then another narrow piece. So I think that's what you can basically do, whatever you want. And Universal, if you've never been before, they had, you know, you could do like Nintendo, you can do like all kinds of different things for that. So I'm going to cut, I want to measure so you can actually read some of these. So I think I'll cut, it's about 5. I'll cut right there. Okay. And so if I do that, actually it would be better if I do this. And then I will do a piece going down here. And that's not very much space. Like that's probably like 2 inches. Yeah. So if I did like a 2 1/2 inch piece that way, so I can use this again. Or I can even use a totally different. Basically, when I do this, I just kind of hold the papers up and see if I like how it looks. Like this might be better with a solid. All right, So I have more pieces here. This is the sticker sheet. I know my paper pack got moved, so I can't find the whole thing, but this should be good. Oh, I love this page. Oh, okay, yeah, I was thinking of using this one too. It's so hard. It's like, the nice thing about mini albums when you're using the paper is that at least you'll get to see it again and again, right? So this one's pretty cool too. I could do something like this, but I really like a contrast. I really like having some color. Yeah, so I think I'll do like 2.5 on this. Okay. So those, and then I'll cut down to 8.25 and just glue those down. Guess I could just trim that bottom part. And yeah, I guess that's what I'll do, is just that, and then I'll trim this bottom part. Change of plans. So let's do 2. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Down 6 by 4.5, and then I'm gonna make a bit of a flat, like a little gusset at 1/2 inch on each. And that's how I do my pockets. You could also just glue down on the sides and not bother with the gusset, but because I'm putting a map inside, if it's a little bit bigger, that's what I'm gonna do. And then I like to cut off this part here. So I'm gonna cut this, and this, and then I'm gonna cut here, and then I'm gonna cut here, and then glue these guys down. And this will go on here, and I will put something decorative on top. You could also do this with plain paper and then put stickers on it to decorate it up. That's another option too. look here. Kind of like this wide owl here, maybe on the edge, and then maybe a thing of the books or the suitcases. Let's do the books. I even like the word magical. I kind of want to do that across. Like this. Yeah, I like that. That looks cool. So magical, and then I have a nice little pocket. So that's my divider done. So when I cut this piece, I cut it into half so I could use it on both sides, but it was a little bit too short, so I needed a border, which I wanted to do anyway. You could also use ribbon for this. I might still use ribbon. I pulled this red and white stitched ribbon. I might still use that. So the nice thing is this is really easy to glue onto. I'm just gonna glue that on. Okay, that's the other side, but I love this. It's got all the colors. You can glue on a piece of paper. You can glue on, there's another piece. I decided, so I made kind of like a little, I don't know, embellishment cluster, I guess. I found this was from the Wizard and Witches ephemera pack. So I liked that. It says always believe something magical is about to happen. I thought that was great for all the places we visited. Then I found this frame from one of the Disney packs that I had, and it fit perfectly. And then I happened to have a die that cut that same shape, but I mean, you could use like a little, there's like corner punches that do this, or even a circle punch. You could do something like that if you needed to match something up. But since I had that, I had them all together. Then I used that same Cricut set to cut Mickey and Minnie, and I gave Mickey a little witch hat or wizard hat, and Minnie has her bow. So I had just got some paper and did a bow, and then I'm gonna tuck them in behind there, and that's gonna be the front. And then I have this piece which matches this, so I might do that, but I also really love this fireworks piece. All right, time to decide. That's the front. That's the back. Okay. And then that's the one we made together. That's the back with a little pocket in there. Here's the Huntington Beach one I made previously, and that's the California Adventure. Now I didn't do one for Disney because I'm just gonna start the album in Disneyland, so I didn't think it was necessary. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. I am going to do another part of this series, and then I will do a final share. So hopefully you will like and subscribe and join me for the other parts. Thank you. Have a good one. Take care.